We're paying attention to Blue Origin. That's Jeff Bezos' spacecraft that is going to go up into space and will be launching any minute now. They held it for 8 minutes there on the launch pad, but now they're under 10 minutes.
Correct. T-minus 9 minutes, 20 seconds on my mark.
Okay, great. It's exciting.
It is, and I was watching some of the the people getting loaded in there, and they go up these multiple flights of stairs. Dave Aiken asked how tall the capsule is. It's roughly 60 feet tall, and so they go up the flight of stairs. Then they go into a little holding cell where I guess maybe there's a tiny little toilet in the corner, or you can back out at the last minute if you want to. Then they walk across the gantry and climb into the capsule where they're sealed in. None of the crew is wearing a helmet. They're just wearing fire suits. And so this thing will go up, and at about the 100-kilometer mark, which I guess is around 50 some miles, the rocket part drops off. The capsule stays upright. It doesn't rotate.
Oh, it doesn't go straight like a plane.
It doesn't go. No, it stays upright and then just kind of floats in like a gentle parabola and then lands to Earth with a parachute.
That's impressive, I think, to come back down and land like that with a parachute. And see, if I was in there, now you got the youngest person ever going to space, the oldest person, I'd be scared to death.
Yeah.
Would you still be in the toilet?
Yes, that's probably why they delayed
We're
it.
in a hold.
That's probably why we're in a hold.
Somebody had change.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if
Somebody soiled his fire suit.
If one of them soiled the fire, was it going to be the 18-year-old, the 82-year-old?
Well, you know, when they get out and somebody's wearing something different,
Yeah.
they can say what happens. They look, I had to throw it out the window.
Yeah. What did you think? If one of them sold, was it the Bezos boys or one of the other two? One of the old or young? Who's your money on?
It's funny, there's a pair of pants that come down before the rocket, before the capsule re-enters.
My favorite is Jeff Bezos is sporting a cowboy hat.
Yeah. Because he's a pioneer.
Yeah.
He's a cowboy.
Well, they're all,
Maverick.
and it's in Texas.
Yeah.
They're all wearing cowboy hats in some of the early videos.
Yeah.
Do you think who has more bragging rights, Branson because he did it first, or Bezos because he's going further into space and staying longer? Which craft is cooler? I think this one launching is a bigger deal.
In fact, this one's going higher.
You think Bezos?
And it's a rocket.
I agree.
It's a true rocket, although, history tends to remember the firsts.
I know.
Yeah.
I like this one a little better, only a few days later. But it's interesting that he's doing it.
I don't think the first part makes a difference.
You don't?
Nah, maybe they're a week apart.
Really?
Nah.
Did for NASA. That's, we racing to the moon, and we're racing to the moon. We got there. We got it done.
But they're just two different modes of getting into space with this, if it's even space, really.
52 years ago today, moon landing. When the moon landing happened 52 years ago today, okay, and Biggie's giving it like a, oh yeah, like it really did, like a wink. I like
believe that kind of thing.
I got that.
Sons of bitches.
I see what you're saying. The whole world stopped and watched. It was an American thing, but the whole world, everybody watched that. It may have been the most watched thing in history. Maybe. Anyhow, when that happened, if we were to go back to, let's say, Mars in 10 years.
Humankind?
Yeah. They are literally going to land on Mars, a human being, and we can see it on television. I think you'd have the same effect. I think, and it might be the only thing to get us to watch one thing,
When they land on Mars,
I think we would
or maybe
world.
even the moon,
maybe
to an extent, because you got to go to the moon first.
Yeah, I would watch that. I would, that is something like it used to be.
This time you can watch it on your phone.
Well, that's right. You watch it anywhere you are. Like in my life, everybody in the United States watched the OJ trial. Everybody I knew, everybody was glued to the verdict. That moment we watched it. The moon landing, Kennedy assassination.
They were all popular, but the moon landing's probably the top.
I think. September 11th, we all watched that coverage. Now we're so split into different stuff, but if that happened, I think we'd all stop and watch.
Yeah.
That might be the next thing we all stop and watch when we go to the moon landing.
Yeah, minus a disaster of some sort.
Right.
Which is unplanned,
yeah,
of course.
Or Mars landing or whatever.
Right.
I was so saddened the other day. Just this kind of the world we live in. Chris Demm showed me this audio. Remember that baseball game the other night? Nationals playing the Padres, and there was a shooting outside. Some people thought it was coming from inside the stadium, so they were running to the dugouts. It was really mass hysteria. But it's two guys shooting at each other. It wasn't like a mass shooting, but two guys shooting at each other. One bystander got hit because she ran out of the ballpark. And they were talking to a little girl on the local news. She had to be, 7, something like that.
At best, yeah.
And they were talking to her about, were you scared when the shots started firing while you're inside the ballpark? And her reaction to me just said, well, look where we are. Look at the sign of the times where we are now.
I just saw people looking that way, and I didn't know what was going on until I heard someone say get down, so I just started going under the seats.
gosh, how are you feeling?
It was my second shooting, so I was kind of prepared because I always am expecting something to happen.
It's her second shooting, and she's always prepared. She just expects it to happen. Now. I mean, what in the world?
He's always checking the exits.
Yeah,
At age 7.
I thought, golly, if a 7-year-old has grown up in a world where she's been in shootings twice, where gunshots have been fired, and she's always ready at a baseball game, we're doing something wrong.
They learn more about shootings in school these days than you or I ever did.
Well, that's a sad fact.
It is. That right there
That's
was
the truth.
What a sad commentary out of a little girl's mouth who has been in 2 shootings at age 7.
But you have to be taught that.
Yes, you have to be taught it, and you're looking at the exits all the time.
Look,
She's
right.
Of course she is. Are you listening, leaders? All right. I'll get off mine, but by golly, I thought.
By God.
I thought that's the thing, you know.
That's pretty good.
One more. I'll tell you this. This is a good thing that happened. Another young person, a teenager, is being hailed a hero. Student pilot flying a solo Cessna. This will go along with the launch of the rocket here. He was flying a Cessna, learning how to fly, and was soloing when all the engines stopped the other day. This was in...
There's usually only one in a Cessna.
Yeah.
He had 2.
Really?
Yeah, one went out, I think. I mean, it's based on what you... it's based on what I heard from the... this is him talking to air traffic control.
Okay.
And they're talking him down.
I'm losing my engine. I'm sputtering in and out and losing power. I've pulled carb heat. Everything else is in the green. Looks like my oil pressure has dropped.
All right, well, you can proceed direct to the runway 117 Tango Sierra, clear to land, and I'm ready for you.
Okay, it's coming back and I'm losing it, and I'm over a residential area. I don't have a lot of places here. I have lost full engine power. I have no engine.
Roger, no engine. We got guys coming to you. I got Charlotte notified, and they're coming to you, 117 Tango Sierra.
Roger. I'm looking for a field here. I'm going to try to drop in.
Hey.
Roger that.
I'm going to attempt a landing in a field right now.
117 Tango Sierra, Roger. I notified Charlotte. They got people sending as soon as they can to you.
I have touchdown.
Whoa.
About that. He did it. I think you're right. Just
Wow.
one, it sounded like just one engine. You're right. He lost it.
I think your Beechcraft had 2.
Okay. Well, you know better than I do.
And you can tell the air traffic controller's like slowly taking off his headphones, like, I ain't gonna stick around for this. Notice he says less and less, especially when he's like, engines are gone. Okay.
Look, I called the fire department.
Can't land it.
Yeah, I mean, you can pray with him if you want, but there's not much else he can do.
It didn't even sound like a rough landing.
I know. He did a good job of it.
Hats off.
He was a student. And
That
he's
kid's a
solo.
pilot.
The engines are gone. What should I do? Okay.
Still got wings, don't you?
Call the air fire
I'll tell you
department.
something. This is a lesson I've learned. You just told me a Cessna only has 1 engine, which I didn't know.
I think.
Well, you're probably right. Here's another fact. I ain't going up in a Cessna. Okay, I will not be. I'll be in a, what'd you call this, the one with 2?
Beechcraft, maybe?
I'll go beach. Maybe.
Maybe Piper Cub.
I want at
These are
least
prop
2.
jobs.
I want at least 2, and really I want like 4. I want a lot of engines. So when
Yeah.
one goes, you can say, all right.
What about a
we'll do it.
helicopter?
No, absolutely. Do you not remember the exchange I had with, I believe it was Dr. D called in here or Dr. Ed. And I was talking about the only way I would get on a helicopter is if I was in some sort of medical emergency. They need to medevac
Hanging off
you.
the side?
Yeah, they said, well, no, they say you need to be medevaced an hour away. And I said to Dr. Ed, should I do that? And he goes, no. They're that dangerous. Do not get in a helicopter. Remember that? He said no. I would not do it.
You're under a minute now.
Under a minute till the launch. We're just talking about different kind of aircraft. Am I getting a helicopter? Hell no, I'm not getting a
They do
helicopter.
it every day. Those helicopters fly over us every day.
Do
going
I
to
need
the
it?
All the
hospital.
time.
Dude, Dr. Ed said forget it. Forget it. Do
Is
not.
that what you'll mumble through your heart attack?
Yes.
Is that life like you?
Dr. Ed said.
helicopter.
Dr. Ed said no.
We can medevac you to the trauma center and save your life.
No. Do you not remember that?
30
I
seconds.
remember.
T-minus 30 seconds.
I said I wasn't going to get into the helicopter. And Dr. Ed called. I said, Dr. Ed, do you think I should get in for a medical emergency? He said, no. That's how bad they are.
10 seconds.
All right, they're launching that thing now. Let's join
Just
it
light
live.
this candle.
Join it live.
Falcon Oliver Davey.
7, 6, 5, 4. Command engine start. 2, 1.
There it goes.
And New Shepard has cleared the tower on our way to space with our first human crew. Go, Jeff. Go, Mark. Go, Wally. Go, Oliver. You are
giant cock and balls is now about a mile over West Texas.
That's history, folks.
My goodness.
History.
My goodness.
Not just the head, the shaft. The balls.
Shoving it right in the great blue yonder. And I mean shoving it.
We are penetrating space, my friends.
Wow. Look at that. Dildo 1.
Who knew Adam and Eve was in the space business?
They should sponsor it. They should write it on the side of the thing, for goodness sake.
They should make a bigger version next time.
That's the most phallic thing I've ever
Ever.
They should make it bigger and black.
That's for the moon.
That's for the Yeah, we can beat that.
Yeah.
It's about to hit the. It's going 1,000 miles an hour. Just went
Is it
over
really?
1,000.
Good Lord, really?
This is really going to confuse the aliens. What kind of message is this?